All right, Bears fans, no need to freak out just yet. Training camp is kicking off, and there's been a lot of buzz around Jaylen Johnson landing on the non-football injury list, or NFI for short. That's got a lot of people wondering, is he hurt? What's really going on here? Let's break down what the NFI list actually means. According to the NFL's own definition, this list is for players who can't take part in football activities because of injuries or illnesses they picked up outside of team-related events. So, this could be something that happened during off-season workouts, or even recreational stuff, or conditions that have nothing to do with football itself now. The timing of Jaylen landing on this list is interesting because it happened right after he made some comments on the Rich Eisen show, where he talked about the quarterback market heating up and also about his own contract situation. Naturally, Bears fans started speculating, is this about money? Does he want a new deal? Is he holding out until he gets more guaranteed cash? Here's the thing, based on the NFL's official rules, you can't really put a player on NFI just because they're unhappy with their contract or want a new deal. That said, it's not like these things never happen outside the rules, but the timing definitely raised eyebrows. If we rewind to what Jaylen said on that show, he mentioned how he's watching a lot of other corners getting big paychecks and suggested that maybe he's going to have a conversation about his own contract soon. It's easy to see why Bears fans got nervous. He makes those comments, then bam, next day he's on the NFI list. But again, all signs point to this being unrelated to any contract drama. Insider reports back that there's no connection between his contract and this move. So, for now, Bears fans can breathe a bit easier. Veterans don't even report until the day after rookies, so Jaylen not being at camp yet isn't really unusual. If by Wednesday he still isn't practicing or showing up, then sure, we can start asking questions. Until then, there's really no reason to panic. Maybe it's something personal like needing to spend a bit more time with family. Maybe his daughter back in California, or just some minor issue that's keeping him out for a day or two. We don't know yet, and speculation only makes things messier. Looking deeper into Jaylen's contract situation gives some context to why he might be watching the market closely. He's signed for 4 years, $76 million, with $54 million guaranteed. That sounds huge, but when you compare it to other corners getting paid right now, guys like Stingley and Sauce making around $30 million per year, or J.C. Horn pulling in $25, Jaylen's deal isn't quite in that top tier. What's more, all the guaranteed money he got was front-loaded in the first 2 years, meaning after this year, there's basically no guaranteed cash left. That kind of situation can make a player nervous because it leaves them vulnerable if the team cuts or trades him after this year. He might not see a dime beyond his current salary. That's why it makes sense if he's thinking about his future security, even if he wouldn't come out publicly demanding more guaranteed money right now. From an outside perspective, holding out a year into a 4-year deal signed just last year would be a bold move, and probably not the smartest one. It's more reasonable to have a strong season, prove your worth on the field, and then revisit contract talks later when your leverage is higher and you have a more legitimate case for a new deal. The NFL contract cycle is tricky, and while other players might be cashing in big right now, Jaylen's situation is still within the typical ebb and flow of how these deals work. It's clear he's paying attention to what's happening around the league, and it's natural for a player in his position to keep an eye on the market. But for now, he seems ready to get to work when the time comes, and there's no real indication he's trying to hold the team hostage or cause any distractions. Besides Jaylen, the Bears also put a couple of other players on the NFI list recently. One of them is Jay Walker, an undrafted rookie wide receiver who caught some attention during the offseason. The guess is he might have tweaked something like a hamstring during workouts. Between the end of OTA letters and reporting day, rookies have to go through medical exams when they show up, so it's not uncommon for minor injuries or issues to pop up at this stage. Hopefully, it's nothing serious, but it's something to watch. Then there's Ian Wheeler, who's also on the NFI list. Given his history, it's likely tied to the ACL tear he suffered last year. Maybe he tweaked something in the last few weeks, but since he's on NFI and not the physically unable to perform list, it suggests the team is just taking it slow with him at the start of training camp. Wheeler could be a key piece if he's healthy, especially since the running back competition seems wide open. If he can get back to the level he showed last training camp, he might have a real chance to make an impact. Even Case Keenum, the veteran quarterback, was briefly put on The NFI lists right around reporting day but was taken off it the very next day. That likely was just a precaution, maybe due to family reasons or vacation timing. Since quarterbacks report with the rookies, he's now back with the team, ready to go. And it doesn't seem like there's anything serious there, moving beyond. The Bears, there's some news around the NFC North worth mentioning. The Detroit Lions have been hit hard by injuries already, losing a key defensive tackle, Levi Onwuzurike, for the season with an ACL tear. He was expected to be a big part of their run defense. So that's a big blow for Detroit. Injuries like that can have a major impact over a long season, especially in a division that's so competitive. Taylor Decker, their left tackle, is also banged up but expected to be back after the Hall of Fame game. The Bears face the Lions in Week 2, so having Decker healthy will be crucial for Detroit. Injuries always shake things up in the NFL, and the Lions know that all too well after last season when a wave of injuries essentially derailed what could have been a promising year for them. They looked like one of the best teams in the league for a good stretch, but just couldn't stay healthy enough to finish strong. So far, it seems the injury bug is back to haunt them early again this year. As for the Bears, they will definitely face their own injury challenges. It's just part of the game. The key is to avoid losing crucial players, especially as they try to make a push to turn things around this season. Not so. Who's going to come out on top in the NFC North? The Bears are hoping to go from worst to first and shock the division. The Lions are aiming to repeat their success. And the Packers and Vikings will also be battling hard for that crown. It's shaping up to be a really intriguing division once again. I'm keeping an eye on all of it, bringing you updates and analysis as training camp unfolds and the regular season approaches. The energy is building, and the questions are piling up, but for now, Bears fans, it's about patience, watching the guys get ready, and trusting the process as they prepare to make their mark this year. As training camp rolls on, the spotlight on the Chicago Bears grows brighter, and with it comes a mixture of hope, skepticism, and the ever-present uncertainty that seems to shadow this team year after year. While Jaylen Johnson's situation has taken center stage recently, it's important to zoom out and look at the bigger picture of the Bears roster and what the upcoming season might hold. The offense, defense, coaching staff, and overall team chemistry all play massive roles in whether the Bears can make a legitimate push to climb up the standings in the NFC North. Starting with the offense, there's a lot to unpack. The quarterback situation, while seemingly settled with Justin Fields leading the charge, still carries plenty of questions. Fields has shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments of inconsistency that have frustrated fans and analysts alike. The pressure on him to take the next step as a franchise quarterback is immense, especially in a league that demands constant growth and improvement. The Bears' offensive line has been an area of concern for years, and while there have been improvements, it's still a work in progress. The offensive line's ability to protect Fields and open running lanes will be a key determinant of how successful the offense can be. The skill position players around Fields also offer a mix of promise and uncertainty. Wide receivers have been a point of focus, with some young talent emerging alongside veterans who need to step up. The Bears have been looking to find that dynamic playmaker who can stretch the field and consistently create separation from defenders. Running back is another position that will be watched closely, especially with competition heating up behind the scenes. The running game hasn't been dominant recently, but if the Bears can establish a reliable ground attack, it would help take pressure off Fields and open up the playbook. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most shocking moves of the NFL offseason, whispers are growing louder around a potential blockbuster shift. T.J. Watt, the defensive juggernaut and face of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, may be packing his bags for Chicago. That's right, the word on the street is that Watt is heading to the Bears. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but several league insiders are pointing to serious talks behind the scenes. Watt, a five-time Pro Bowler and 2021 Defensive Player of the Year, has long been the cornerstone of the Steelers' fearsome defense, known for his relentless pass rush, game-changing plays, and ironclad leadership. His departure would mark the end of an era in Pittsburgh, and possibly the beginning of a new one in Chicago. The Bears, hungry for a defensive resurgence and eager to build a contender around a young and promising roster, could view Watt as the perfect piece to ignite their franchise. Chicago fans are already buzzing on social media, dreaming of wreaking havoc alongside an improving defense under head coach Matt Eberflus. While there's still no official statement from either team, or from Watt himself, sources close to the situation suggest that talks have moved well beyond preliminary stages. Could it be that Watt, tired of middling seasons in Pittsburgh, is seeking a fresh start in a new city with a different energy, or is this just off-season smoke with no fire, adding more fuel to the speculation? What was reportedly seen in Chicago earlier this week, though some claim it was simply a personal trip. Still, in the NFL, such sightings rarely go unnoticed or unreported. Should this rumor prove true, it could dramatically alter the landscape of the NFC North and send shockwaves across the league. For now, fans are left to wonder, is TJ Watt really leaving Steel City behind to don the navy and orange? One thing's for sure, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And this one's starting to look like a blaze. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.